I'm Jeff Hogan, 10 TV Eyewitness Sports and Wall-to-Wall Sports. You're watching WGLH TV.
Gahanna Lincoln High School has made great progress over the past 7 years with head principal Mark White. Just this year, a new principal stepped in, former staff member Mr. Dwight Carter. Hi, I'm Leanne Castillo.
I'm Erin Clark.
And I'm Alex Shen with Sports. Welcome to the first edition of WGLH TV for the 2008-2009 season.
Mr. White has not left the district, but over the summer he was promoted to assistant superintendent.
Mr. Carter has had a variety of roles in the Gahanna district. He was first a history teacher for 5 years, then an assistant principal for a couple more. 2 years after that, he was promoted to Gahanna Middle School East head principal.
Just this year, he moved up to the high school as head principal. Mr. Carter said he hopes to continue the programs that Mr. White started to help the district achieve excellent ratings on the state report card for the past 5 years.
His goal is to continue to make improvements throughout our school so that hopefully we can be recognized as the top high school in the nation. Harmony Taylor took some time to talk to Mr. Carter about his goals for Gahanna Lincoln High School.
The new school year officially started on August 27th. With it came new classes, students, and teachers. This school year also brought something else. Mr. Carter is the new principal of Gahanna Lincoln High School. He came from the principal position at Gahanna Middle School East in order to replace Mr. White, who now is the assistant superintendent in the Gahanna Jefferson School District.
As a building principal in the middle school level at Middle School East, I felt like I got great experience as a building principal, and I felt like I was ready to take the leap here at the big high school. But also, I've had great mentors through Mark White and Sherry Dunlap. Mr. Morris has provided many opportunities for me to develop as a leader.
Communication is a key component of being a principal. Mr. Carter makes sure he talks with teachers and students to brainstorm and hear their ideas.
He does a great job at listening to the staff and our concerns, and also trying to keep us motivated and get us involved in different things so that we can just better the whole atmosphere of this school. And you really can feel his dedication, and I think it just shows, and it's starting to trickle down to the rest of us here.
Planning is also important. Every day he writes what he needs to accomplish onto a board in his office. When Mr. Carter is not at school, he spends his time doing what he enjoys.
I love doing yard work. I love spending time with my wife. We try to have date night once or twice a month. I like to read. Right now I'm reading several books at the same time, just to keep my mind sharp, keep my mind fresh, but also read some things that are not related to school or the job.
Not only is Mr. Carter adjusting to his new position, but students and staff members are also getting acquainted with their new principal.
I really like Mr. Carter as a principal because he seems to be really enthusiastic about his job. He seems to really love it, and also he's really open to new ideas and implementing new clubs and organizations at our school.
The students and staff at GLHS are looking forward to a bright and productive future with Mr. Carter as principal. This has been Harmony Taylor reporting from WGLH TV.
The principal may be the leader of the school, but there are also many other leaders who help to keep the school safe and secure for the students and staff.
Rob Lustig talked to some individuals about what equipment and what people go into place into keeping our school a safe learning environment.
Here at Gahanna Lincoln High School, it appears that the students are being watched.
That's because they are. Here at Gahanna Lincoln, school security has become a rather large issue.
As a result, school security has been upgraded. I talked to Mrs. Pershing, a security advisor, and Dr. Prince about these upgrades.
I've hired 2 new resource officers, added 2 resource officers, and Officer Blamer, Officer Estep, and that's helped the 3 campus supervisors in keeping safe environment for the students. And we've also added cameras in the hallways and certain areas of the building to help protect the safety of the students.
We use normal procedures of, locking doors at various locations to limit the number of access points to the high school. We have a sign-in area at B building door, which is the main entrance, B building door, and the main entrance, A building door. And then we have security cameras in a number of locations throughout the building.
However, not everyone agrees. I talked to a couple students about their opinions on school security.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I don't like the school security because they're extremely strict. They don't let anybody go out to lunch, and they are just half the time pretty much a pain in everybody's butt.
Kind of like trapping us in here, like we're in prison. They don't want us leaving or escaping, so I kind of feel weird about that.
Though school security has bulked up over the years, students still moan and groan about it. Now, the staff and administrators cannot hear you, but trust me, they can see you. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Rob Lustig.
A group of students who were very nervous about coming to the high school were the new students. In order to help make the transition easier, Student Council hosted a special luncheon. Sarah Davis shows us how the event went.
New students arriving each year can cause stress and chaos to not only the student, but the school. To make the students feel welcome, staff and members of the Renaissance team planned a new student luncheon. I talked with Katie Trokriff, who was the main person in charge of the luncheon.
I'm a committee chair for the student group for Renaissance. I created the new student luncheon. I heard the idea from several different people, and I decided to take it as my own and create it for this year. We invited about 120 students or 135 students to this new student luncheon. Had about 60 or 70 show up, so not the turnout that we expected.
During the first part, students were split into groups and did activities such as knockout and the knock game to get to know each other.
Within the student luncheon, we did participation within small groups where they did team building activities, which helped them get to know other new students so they felt that they weren't alone. We also got to have lunch together, which was a lot of fun. The students got the opportunity just to discuss with each other how they feel about Gahanna and how their first day went. Also, they got to do a scavenger hunt, which highlighted all the major parts of the school that are important that they know where they are.
Students who attended the luncheon talk about their experience and how they are adjusting to being at a new school.
My name is Danielle Bagley. I'm a junior. I came from Eastmore Academy. The games are pretty cool. We play knocked out, and I met new people. They pretty cool. So.
Hey, my name is Shane Daly, and I'm coming from Walnut Springs. That's a Westerville City School. I think it's pretty cool here so far. The food was pretty good. We played some knockout. That's pretty fun. Been meeting some new people. So, I'm having a good time.
Students coming into a school as big as Gahanna may feel nervous, but the new student luncheon made them grow accustomed to the school. This has been Sarah Davis reporting for WGLH TV.
There's a lot of tradition that is part of Gahanna's history. In order to promote this, there was an assembly that was held with football player Joel Penton as the speaker. Ariel Gary attended and brought back some highlights.
The State of the Lions Address is a new quarterly assembly here at GLHS effective in 2008. Lincoln High's principal, Mr. Carter, agreed to further explain the purpose of this assembly.
The reason why we have our State of the Lions Address each quarter is to convey to the kids what's most important for us to focus on for that quarter, number one, and number two, for us to celebrate our successes. I think it's important for the students to understand where they're succeeding, where they're meeting our standards, but also to focus on those areas that we still need to improve upon. I think establishing those goals and those opportunities for kids to hear from the principal and from additional staff will keep us moving in the right direction.
In order to help students understand the theme and purpose of the first ever State of the Lions Address, OSU's own Joel Penton was asked to come in and speak to each grade level within 2 assemblies in one day.
The thing I'd like students to take from the assembly is really the theme of the assembly, which is stand your ground. It's so clear that so many people make commitments, people know how to
Student responses to the assembly varied, but most students appreciated the overall message.
I really liked the Joel Pension assembly because it gave high school students an insight on college life and all the choices you have to make as an adult going on into the world, such as drugs and the path you want to take, whether you want a good, successful career or whether you would party all the time.
The State of the Lions address is getting great responses from students here at GLHS, learning more respect for ourselves and for each other. This has been Ariel Gary reporting for WGLH TV.
And here's another story of WGLH reporter brought back.
Not many people see what goes on in the making of the GLHS yearbook. The Pride staff works the entire school year to put the whole book together. The yearbook staff is split up into 2 class periods, and both classes are composed of editors, reporters, photographers, and ad staff. A lot of time, planning, and effort goes on behind the scenes of the making. I talked to Editor-in-Chief Dana Hoenick about what her job is for the yearbook.
In yearbook, basically what we do is we're in charge of putting together and organizing the yearbook, and we have reporters that report on the stories and editors that edit the stories, and my job as editor-in-chief is to make sure everything runs smoothly and put the yearbook together. And it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, but it's definitely worth it in the end because we have a great yearbook.
Putting together the yearbook is definitely a group effort. Reporters work hard on writing stories and getting them exactly right for the book. The editors work hard and make sure that everything going into the book is interesting and exactly correct.
I like their font.
The photographers are also a big help in creating the yearbook. Some pictures are taken to go along with the stories. Others are from school events and activities. The yearbook advisor, Mrs. Carroll, is in charge of everything that goes into the book and is in charge of the class.
Let me see, I don't know how to describe that class. It's sort of like controlled chaos because we have reporters, we have editors, we have photographers, we have ad staff, and so they're all working at the same time. It gets very noisy in here, but it's a lot of fun. It's always different every day.
And basically what we do is go out and sell ads for the yearbook to raise money to produce it.
There's a lot of pressure on the yearbook staff to make the book exactly right because students will be looking back on their memories for years to come. This has been Chelsea Savage reporting for WGLH TV.
Something else that is new this year is the scoreboard and the new press box, both of which are part of a long-term plan to update some of the high school's athletic facilities. Kelly O'Donovan shows us the new scoreboard and the press box, as well as future plans for the district.
A few years ago, the Gahanna Athletic Department dove headfirst into a huge project. This project was to renovate the football and soccer stadium and to build a new softball complex. The renovation included a new AstroTurf field, new running track, new bleachers, and a new press box and scoreboard. Over the summer, the department added on to the continuing project. In addition to the track and turf, the new scoreboard and press box were added. I talked to Athletic Director Justin Sanford about the logistics to the new additions.
Well, this summer, obviously, we took the next step in our second phase of this $2 million facility renovation project and worked towards implementing the new scoreboard. We partnered with Donato's Pizza. They are now the sole provider of our concession stand pizza sales out in the football stadium, and in turn they gave us the money to purchase the scoreboard in the stadium to advertise their name, and then also for us to have the opportunity to put Wilbur C. Straight Senior Field up on that scoreboard along with some other advertisers. So that was one part this summer, and then the second part was the press box, and Mr. Roush, Dubs Roush, and his family. Dubs is a 1952 graduate of Gahanna Lincoln High School and an alumni here, a supporter of our programs. He made a generous contribution and donation and wanted it to go towards the stadium.
The new complex has an impact on many people, far beyond the athletes.
You know, the new field, it's really nice because during fifth period, our band class, we're able to go outside and practice. So then during our performances on Friday nights, we're able to just go, and it's really nice.
With the addition of the new press box and the scoreboard, our stadium is one step closer towards being complete. Thank you for all the generous donations that help make this possible. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Kelly O'Donovan.
In the fall of this year, Gahanna Jefferson was chosen to host Wang Zuru, a Mandarin Chinese elementary school teacher. This is in collaboration with The Ohio State University. Kayla Whipple has an in-depth report.
Last year, Mandarin Chinese debuted as a foreign language option for GLH students. This year, high school students are not the only ones to learn about this unique language and culture. Mike Kralovic, that teaches the Mandarin Chinese high school course, is piloting a program at 3 elementary schools. Guest teacher Wang Shui has traveled from China to teach these exciting classes to young learners.
I am at Lincoln Elementary after school each day, teaching the same grades, 1st through 4th. Wang Shui came here after many years of teaching and many years in curriculum development and things like that, so she has a lot of experience in teaching, and I'm sure that she's going to enjoy her time, and she's going to help us a lot as well.
3rd and 4th grade students at Chapelfield Elementary seem to be soaking in the excitement as Wang Shui shares authentic Asian language, art, and music. Wang Shui lets the kids call her Shirley until they learn to say her full name. She shares her excitement about being here.
Now in the school, this is so exciting. The students like Chinese very much. Especially at the beginning of this Chinese class, the students, now they all listen to Chinese class carefully. They did very well and do action, sing, dancing, and drawing. They enjoy Chinese class.
The experience the children will have learning Mandarin Chinese will be memorable and long-lasting. This has been Wong Kai Lee, or Kaylee Whipple, reporting for WGLH TV.
Something in Gahanna that is not new but over 100 years old is the Gahanna Flea Market, hosted by the Gahanna Historical Society. Blake Swanson attended this year, and here's what he brought back.
A tradition that is over 100 years old here in Gahanna is the Gahanna Flea Market. The flea market went on this year on September 21st in the high school parking lot. Only recently has the new size of the flea market moved it from its original location on Mill Street to its newest location in the Gahanna Lincoln High School parking lot. The event is sponsored by the Gahanna Historical Society and features a variety of different booths ranging from different types of food to various trinkets that people had around their house. I talked to Monica Anise, a senior at Gahanna, who's part of Key Club, which is the student version of Kiwanis, about what they did at the flea market.
Hi, I'm Monica Anise. I am the president of Key Club, and we sold cookies for Key Club as a fundraiser. We are the smaller version of Kiwanis, and we were at the flea market selling cookies. We baked them the night before, and we sold them for Key Club.
One of the most popular booths was the smoothie and fresh squeezed lemonade stand, which provided refreshment to citizens on a very hot day. Another hot place to shop was the store set up by the DECA students to sell the items that are in the paw print. I talked to senior Kara Jarrett about what they did.
We had a booth at the Gahanna Flea Market for DECA, and our goal was to sell all of the spiritware that we sell in the paw print to the community, so that way they could have the same Gahanna stuff that the students wear.
The flea market had a variety of items ranging from sports cards to baby blankets, but one thing in common was the amount of Ohio State pride. As it has the last 100 years, I'm sure that the Gahanna Flea Market will continue to be an important tradition celebrated by many people late in September. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Blake Swanson.
That event is a tradition for the entire community. Another student who promotes hard work and excellence is Danny Mills. Taylor Ross introduces us to Danny, who is this week's Student Spotlight.
Junior Danielle Mills spends most of her time busy, eating, sleeping, and making a difference. However, around Gahanna Lincoln High School, she is best known for her desire to help the environment. I talked to Danny to learn more about how she has tried to make a difference each day.
I help the environment by recycling as much as I can. I recycle paper, plastic, aluminum, and many other things.
I also spoke with her mom, Melinda Mills, to get her opinion of Danny's desire to stay environmentally friendly.
I'm very proud of Danielle for her concern and her efforts for helping the environment.
Although Danny does many common things to help the environment, one of her biggest accomplishments is raising awareness about recycling in the GLHS cafeteria.
Sophomore year, which was last year, I filled up my locker and some of my friends as well with plastic bottles. Because the cafeteria does not recycle plastic bottles, they only recycle aluminum cans. So I took all my friends' plastic bottles that they used at lunch and recycled them at home.
Besides making an effort to change Gahanna, Danny is also a student athlete and challenges herself academically. During the fall, she is most often found on the tennis courts, practicing her serve or working on the form of her ground strokes. But even as a busy student athlete, Danny still manages to have time to keep up her grades, take an AP class, and read her favorite series.
In a high school with over 2,400 students, it takes a lot to stand out of the crowd. Danielle Mills successfully sticks out with her involvement in helping the environment, while also balancing the other aspects of her life. This has been Taylor Ross with WGLH TV.
Danny has definitely left her mark on Gahanna. Another group who hopes to leave their mark are the athletes.
Speaking of athletes, do you have a sports report for us, Alex?
I sure do. The boys soccer team is well on our way. Leanne takes us to a recent game.
Number 5, Scott Chadbourne.
The Gahanna Lincoln boys soccer team is off to a great start with a record of 8-0-3.
So basically this year we're pretty strong. We're strong everywhere from our defensive backs all the way to our forwards. And Ryan Grimmie's been playing real strong in the net for us. So we're hoping it'll take us far into the tournament.
With their strong record, the boys have a good position for state tournament and for district tournament.
Thanks to our good record this season, we should be able to make a pretty good run in states. We're ranked 8th currently, and seedings come out Saturday, so hopefully we'll get a good seed so we can do well in the tournament.
The higher the state ranking, the harder the competition, and the boys must work hard to achieve all their goals.
Our first goal this year is to win the OCC, so we have 2 more OCC games left, and we think we can do that. And then our second goal is to win state championship. So we're off to a good start, and I think we have a team that can do that.
The senior captains, Mark Oxell, Tanner Brown, and Colin Petro, helped the team prepare for their matches.
As captain, one of our responsibilities is to provide a link between coaches and players, and we sometimes help make team decisions, and so we just help provide leadership for the team.
The boys are working hard to put their goals in the back of the net. Reporting for WGLH TV, this has been Leanne Castile.
Not to be outdone, the girls soccer team is hoping to have a great season. Ryan Grimmie shows us some clips.
The Gahanna Lincoln girls soccer team is looking to have a successful season in 2008. The girls are having a successful season with 9 wins, 5 losses, and 1 tie, and are currently 3rd in the OCC. We go now to speak with junior captain Kirsten Law about the team's chemistry this season.
This season has been a pretty good season, and it's been one of our best seasons over the past 3 years we've been playing, because the team has really good chemistry and we all love playing together.
The Lady Lions soccer team is hoping to make it far in this year's playoffs. Kirsten Law explains their goals.
We have been preparing for our tournament for a long time, and I'm really excited because we're going to make it far.
We go now to speak with senior defender Leanne Castile about their team's playoff goals, as well as her experiences with the girls soccer team for the past 4 years of high school.
Our season's coming to a close, and one of our goals this season was to win districts, and we still have a chance at that. So hopefully we'll get a good seed and we can advance far. It's been kind of hard playing all 4 years because we've had 3 coaches in 4 seasons. So it's been difficult adjusting to the different coaches, but this year we're really strong, and hopefully we'll end strongly.
The Lady Lions are hoping to finish in the top 3 in OCC and make a strong playoff push.
This has been Ryan Grimmy reporting for WGLH TV.
The football program has a tradition of success. Guion Solomon introduces us to the new coach and the team to talk about their season.
So why do people go to Gahanna Lincoln football games? It's not the cheerleaders, it's not the fans, it's not the band, and it's definitely not the line. There are many different things about this year's Gahanna Lincoln Lions football team. They have a new field, new scoreboard, new press box, and a new coach. I'll talk to Kyle Strait about some of these changes.
We can still run, but we have a lot more passing. We have a spread, a lot of play actions, and a lot of sprint out plays. So I think that's one of the big changes. We didn't have a whole lot of that last year.
I also talked to Trey Hill about how it's like being a captain on the football team.
Your big responsibility as a captain would be just to keep the team motivated out there on the field, and make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do, make sure that everyone's got their head up during down situations, and make sure that we play as a team through every situation.
Some fans love to see big plays from the Gahanna Lincoln Lions offense, such as this one from Brandon Magbag Biola. I talked to the Lions head football coach, Coach Snowd, about the football team's expectations for this season.
I think, number one, that the guys who are part of our program this year have a positive experience with the transition with the new program. Number two, that they not only have a positive experience, but have a great time playing football this year, even though it's tough and we're working them hard. Number three, we came in with the expectation to build on the existing tradition that Gahanna Lincoln has from the previous coaches, and there certainly is great tradition here, and I think our guys are really working hard to do that. And I think the fourth thing is that when they leave here, they're better people, they're better men, and are going to be great dads, great husbands, great leaders someday.
Waiting 25 seniors, the Lions have reloaded and are contending for an OCC title. With their beliefs in faith, family, and football, they believe they can achieve anything. Reporting for WGLH TV, I'm Guion Solomon.
And in other sports, girls tennis plays Dublin for the last matchup, while football also plays Grove City on the 10th at 7:30 p.m. and boys soccer finishes up their season against Reynoldsburg at home on the 11th. And that's a wrap for sports this week at Gahanna.
Thanks, Alex. Not only is it time to wrap up our sports, but also our show. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to our very first show of the year. Tune in next week when we report on the fall homecoming festivities. Until then, this has been Leanne Castile,
Aaron Clark,
and Alex Chen saying, a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with one single step.
have a great week.
What would life be like without the arts? Let's face it, life just wouldn't be, well, life. Support your local arts.